Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Command World War I. It's August 1915 and yeah, we're almost ready with the turn. I do have a few things left to do, like the Navy, so we should go to work on that. Neither of you can entrench, okay. Just looking at a few things here as well, so that we might take a few less casualties, maybe. Alright. Anyway, they got this here destroyer, so let's try to go after that first with the armored cruiser. And use the dreadnought to follow that up. There we go. So I did repair most of these. We should be looking out for more of these guys, of course. And I also need to make sure that there's nothing around it. Let's use the dreadnought first. Finish it off with the armored carrier, cruiser, not the armored carrier, of course. Taking a lot of damage here. It's pretty bad beats. Probably won't be going after that pre-dreadnought, except maybe like this. I mean, how many submarines do I have left too? Okay, might be better just to try and secure this position. When I'm so stretched out, it is a bit challenging to, you know, prevent the AI from getting to my main fleet, but I'm working on it. And yeah, although far from perfect, it will have to do. We started getting some advantage, I think, over the British in the North Sea. We did destroy another 2 escort ships, so not bad. Let's get you back. These are... There's a submarine there, and fortunately there's quite little I can do about such a ship. Can't even properly attack or anything. Okay, so there's nothing behind it. Which means that at the very least this armored cruiser is mine. Boom, another strike at the Italian Navy. Can't do anything against that there dreadnought, so not gonna try. I don't know why the game insists on me moving through the enemy unit there, but the okay, let's move you here then. Get to land, and let's just... Okay, there's another Italian ship. Didn't see that coming. I can damage it a bit. I don't think I get to destroy it here because... Yeah, most of my other units They've already attacked. Well, getting it to 2 and possibly blocking the entry might potentially work. Who knows? Wouldn't mind getting another armored cruiser from the Italians. With the inclusion of the Italians into the war, it makes it a lot more challenging for the Austro-Hungarians to start moving their navy out there. Seems like we were able to, at the very least, stop the enemy from shipping over here. I guess we've cut the rail line to Nish. I think that, or yeah, I think that might be the thing here. Probably. Interesting that there are supplies potentially coming from Athens going to Cyprus. Well, anyway, I think that'll be it then. So let's end the turn. We start being able to dig in ourselves as well. So that means that the front will become more static. Let's zoom in. Entente raiders, disrupt my convoys, mobility development for the Germans, artillery weapons level 1, industrial technology level 2. Pretty neat. I still need to get more forces on the Italian front, but because of my successes in other areas, I can definitely do that. I think. Seems like the French Navy is still numerically large. And I certainly wonder how much success we've actually booked at sea, even though we haven't lost a single ship. And we've been able to destroy a lot. Most of what we destroyed from the British is just escort ships. So the bulk of their main fleet is still out there. So in no way am I secure at sea. No, at land in France, I'm feeling pretty good here. Same for Russia. My hope is still that they're gonna start moving units away from this front and move them back up into Russia proper. Okay, they just stayed there. They couldn't move, probably due to the submarines. Maybe they'll try to get out later. I'm sure they can. This is actually not that great for the French, who are already faltering. But hey, they can be my guest. I actually need planes in at Ottoman territory, really. The Italians are really taking a lot of casualties. I wonder how many MPPs they get to repair their troops. They don't seem to be actively doing that. Seems like the British are able to start building heavy defenses. Yeah, the enemy still has plenty of things to do. Their turns aren't getting any shorter. Sure. Netherlands to the Entente, 22%. I think they are Central Powers oriented, actually. But I'm not 100% sure. I would have to check. Either way, let's deal with the Ottomans first. So we got back Kuwait. Yeah, it doesn't do much to alleviate their supply problems for now, because this thing is not in good supply. Yeah, so these attacks are still straight up bad. We've retaken Kuwait, but how much does it really help? So, if I want to get one thing that I could do is try to take back the oil fields as well around this area by moving a unit like this. Well, if they move back in here through this way, yeah, that would be unfortunate. So I kind of need to keep a unit there to protect Kuwait as well, I think. 2, 3, 2, 4. There we go. Probably, yeah, I can only reinforce this. That, but we've already destroyed quite a few enemy units, and I wonder how many more core they have. So yeah, we'll see. They're digging in with this unit, so good for them. But at the very least, we're holding, and that's, I think, what was most important. Definitely sending these guys all the way down, because I can't allow them to continue through here. I wouldn't mind them moving down a bit, so maybe it would be for the better, in order to get the readiness and morale bit back up, to allow them to go in there. Yeah, their supply is fine. So again, just taking a look at these units, they can entrench too. I don't really mind that. I'm just afraid they're gonna attack over here. But I don't have any more core around this area. I'll just hold for now. We'll see. We're probably okay. Going after Usitsa next. Because if we get that, we're one step closer to finishing off this, let's just call it a pocket. And we did get the city, so that's great. I think these 3 forces should be able to take this down, probably. So, oh, you're only at 5. I need to... Once this is destroyed, I can probably get these guys in Belgrade, but I need a unit in Belgrade itself, in order, or near Belgrade itself, in order to prevent them from getting a partisan unit there. So I actually can't move there. They also have a partisan spawn point at Pristina. For now, I could either go down to Peck, How much dug in are they? 4 as well. Probably these guys too. Oh, so now this is back up. Maybe it was due to the winter. Let's just go after Nish for now. We'll see how that goes. Go after Lutsk. I actually should. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good. Do they have entrenchments? No. So let's send in the cavalry. Take the city. It doesn't do that much for us, but let's reinforce those two. Now, Pruskurov is also heavily entrenched, so in order to take it, we're gonna suffer more losses. But Proskurov does give 1.75 MPPs to the enemy. Okay, let's get you all the way down, because I really need to finish that off. Get in there. Oh, wow. Kind of misread that. Whoops. Okay, that's those. So they have just 2 infantry. That's definitely not gonna cut it at Koval. Let's just repair these guys and take this hex for now. We've got the rail lane. They can't put any more troops over in this area. They are entrenched for 3. Well, let's go around Brest-Litovsk first and try to damage these troops. We don't need to take it immediately. Yes, it's a national morale objective, but I'm looking to destroy the enemy units as well. So let's start going around. You do have all of all of these. So this potentially cuts the rail line. So then these guys, yeah, they probably can still strategically transport. Now we'll see. Okay, so we're ready to attack Brest-Litovsk on the next turn. And hopefully take Koval as well, and then we'll have indeed cleared out this area. They can't get anything in the Pripyat marshes, and then we really do have 2 fronts going around that. Let's reinforce at Grodno. Some of these guys are pretty poor supply. And Grodno gives 7, so the moment I move closer here, it should be a bit better. Still definitely want to move these guys up to include those units. Let's get you to 10. You're already at 10. Seems like Vilna is completely empty. Let's take it. And that's the last German city still in Russian hands. And we're moving north to Petrograd. And potentially east towards Moscow as well. Who knows? I wonder if Boranovici is also empty. Does not look like it, because we did take this hex, but not this hex, so there must be a unit in there. Alright, good to know. Still, it's looking pretty good. How's the weather? Calm. Okay, that's gonna entice some naval battles. But let's deal with the land forces first. I think as for these units, they're probably best moving on Lyon actually, instead of going anywhere else. So what I'll do is get bad beats. Let's start lowering the entrenchments of this corps. Okay, well, maybe I should not have been so hasty. Let's repair these and these, and then maybe we'll get them on the next turn. With 3 units right next to it now, that's probably a bit better, but I definitely want to have these start moving down and go into southern France. As I stated before, I do think that the French have been beaten now. So I'm gonna try and inflict as much damage as I can do everywhere. Unless it gets extremely silly, but I don't... We can't see this hex. Didn't intercept. Huh. Did uncover that unit though. Don't need to attack the Italians, I think. We're fine there. So let's move you in there. At least reinforce these. Move one down from 2. Okay, they probably don't have to move all the way up to Verdun, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, they can still move up to this hex. That's good. Okay, that is unfortunate. Especially since these guys can also only move down there. I don't have any cavalry nearby. Oh well. Shouldn't have a tank there. Reinforce these. French unit down. Okay. You in here, artillery also closer. I mean, but what is the French line really held? It's just a ragtag of mess now, really. Down here, there seems to be nothing. Some really bad luck here. That sucks. Can't take it back. Eesh. Right, let's put the cavalry in here and just entrench this way. Yeah, they are set to intercept. Oh well. That wasn't the greatest of turns, but maybe we'll do better on the next one. Dreadnoughts. I'll leave the dreadnoughts for now. I'll just see where I get to potentially deal some more damage. As silly as it sounds, I'm probably gonna be able to take down that there. Pre-dreadnought this way. So we know there's nothing behind it. That will allow me to get the already damaged units in there. Another destroyer down. Let's take a look. So there's some units in the harbor. Let's start taking this, or going for this convoy route and just see what happens. Really? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna send my destroyers out there too, and we'll actually see what happens. If the enemy has more ships out there, then I'll definitely try to go after them. So I'm moving up with these guys as well, in case they send out their navy to go after it, which they might. To that end, I also want to move these to protect this, because if they're going to go out, they're probably going to move along this line here, and I wouldn't like that. More dreadnoughts getting out. Okay, so I do have 300 points left for the Germans. Oh yeah, I still need to take care of the Italian front. I did do this, but definitely not here. So you actually have a lot of morale, etc. again. Let's just repair for you. You're doing a lot less well. Bad supply too. Let's move 1 hex back. Well, you repair to 10. That will allow me to move this detachment over to Belgrade and serve as a anti-partisan unit. As for research, need to make sure I keep having 3 chits invested in industrial technology. Once it starts getting to level 3, I'm actually only going to keep a maximum of 2 chits. But for now, 3 is the way to go. Already have quite a lot of research funding. No. None of that yet. We don't have actually that much artillery for them. Let's go for spying and intelligence. 2 levels. Increases the build limit for transports by 1 per level. But it's just not very useful in that case. If that's it. Okay, for Germany, how about that research? They're at 800 and they can get to 1600 even. Let's start going for gas and shell production as well. Let's get this back up there. There we go. I really like pumping into research before pumping into units. Once the research is all the way up there, then I can start working on units as well. But I also don't need additional units at the moment. Not a lot anyway. Italians. They didn't do very well. Not, but we'll see. Maybe they can surprise me still. But at least we've been able to hold them at Trento. Which is probably the toughest, but they might go for an offensive here too. That's why I also like digging in and getting a few more units there potentially. Yeah, the Austro-Hungarians do need it more. The lack of food imports via neutrals to the Netherlands causes hunger in Germany. Oh, that's not good. The loss of Vilna reduces Russian national morale. A lot of breakthroughs. Well, to be fair, I've been trying to destroy the enemy navy for a long time. Oh, I didn't take care of the navy here. Well, I needed to do repairs. So I guess it doesn't matter too much, but... they're a little late to the party. Yeah. So it just repaired. That sucks. Seems like the Netherlands moving towards the Entente might have meant that they'll do less shipping to me. Maybe that's the problem. Surprised they even thought that was gonna help. Yeah, this is still tough. So they still have 10 strength units, but... okay. They really are getting more units now. Really? Another detachment. Wow. They sure did push me back. Another corps. What are they doing? That is getting a bit out of hand, but I will deal with them. Venezuela's forces seize power in Salonika. Greece prepares for war. They're going to join the Allies. Or Entente. Not the Allies. French workers strike for better conditions. Yeah, it's a bit late to strike for better conditions. Huge crowds attend the unveiling of the Iron Hindenburg statue in Berlin. It is a bit late to be striking. But if Greece is going to join the war, I'm going to have to reinforce that front as well. Sheikh Sidi Ahmad S. Sharif, leader of the Senussi in Cyrenaica, remains loyal to us and longs for the day when he can drive the Italians from his lands. He is ready to rise, but asks for officers to lead his men and weapons and equipment to arm them. Would you like to spend 50 MPPs to provide the necessary support for this rising? Notes. Until Italy conquered Libya in 1911, the region had belonged to the Ottoman Empire, and the Senussi were a religious sect who retained links with their former rulers. When Italy entered the war in 1915, the Senussi rose against them, and their rising received Ottoman support, often being delivered by German submarines. The Senussi rising proved a thorn in the side for the Italians and British in North Africa. As our support for this rising will almost certainly divert greater enemy resources than those who will expend on this, it is recommended to say yes to this. If the Senussi are successful, we may even be able to raise a regular force in Cyrenaica, and this could possibly give us sufficient strength to invade Egypt from the west. Yes. Senussi revolt in Cyrenaica. And fighters, so let's actually put those here. They can't move yet and they don't have supply. We'll see how we can deal with that. Might be able to destroy another corps for the British out there. So that should help as well. They're currently both at 5 supply. I guess this is the way it works for now. Yeah, Kuwait is a secondary supply source, but it is also going to only go maximum to 8. Yeah, we'll see how much we get to advance. Maybe even Minsk is empty. You never know. I think we can take Brest at least this turn, so the Russians are gonna suffer for that, but they don't have that many national morale. Well, Riga's a national morale objective, Minsk, and then Kiev and Odessa. So I wonder how quickly they'll fall. As for the French, they're at 41. They seem to be trying to go for a new defensive line in the back here, which is interesting. They haven't given up Vichy itself, but they've put a detachment in there. I'll see how far I can get here. But I'll be wrapping things up here for now. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.